Well, hello, world of YouTube. My name is Pat, and this is my quick little review on the Changeling. Um, put it out there, straight up front. The Changeling is currently, that's in the middle of December, the best movie out to watch, and that's hands down, like without debate. I've pretty much seen everything that's worth noting into, with the exception of Danny Boyle's Slumdog Millionaires, which just isn't playing in my area, and I'm really spitting nails about it, like I said in another review. But anyways, no, The Changeling's a really good movie. It's not spectacular, but it's a really good movie, and it's intelligent. It's got a lot of subtleties to it, and it has a deep understanding of the culture that was at that time that this movie was taking place in, and I'm not a huge Angelina Jolie fan, but she was actually like she's one of those actresses that decides to be a good actress from time to time, and then other times she's like, phones it in. And this movie, I think that she really dedicated it to herself. And also directed by Clint Eastwood. And I think Jon Stewart put it best when Clint Eastwood visited The Daily Show, and he said, Clint Eastwood, your entire career, you've never done crap, and this movie is not crap. And that's absolutely true. I think Flags of Our Fathers is to date one of the best World War II movies of all time, and alongside with Letters from Iwo Jima. So I mean, Clint Eastwood's a phenomenal director, and like he really understands like uh, the human element of movies, and he's really good at that. And you know, it's almost like, how do I put this about Clint Eastwood's directing? It's like Clint Eastwood comes from another time in the best kind of way. You know, I mean, he comes from so, but he understands though that like, oh man, how do I put it? He's like almost a different branch of direction though about how Hollywood could have grown, and that's why I like so much about Clint Eastwood. Because Hollywood's become so shorthand that like cause and effect kind of series, and that you can almost predict every single Hollywood movie that how it's gonna happen. But then Clint Eastwood just is like completely out there on the side, and that's really cool. That's what I really like about Clint Eastwood. That he's different and he doesn't make crap. And Jon Stewart was absolutely right about that. And I guess that this movie got picked up when Clint Eastwood was on a plane, and he was just like killing time, and he was reading through random scripts, and he came across this one. And he's like, "How the hell did this not get found?" And well, they went ahead and made it into a movie, and it is pretty damn good. The movie has a pretty clear case cut of it really breaks into three clear acts, but that's kind of like the biggest problem with the movie is that the acts are just so misproportionate. Um, I'm a big how do I put it? I'm a really big anti-establishment, anti-authority kind of person. It's in my nature. I can't help it. You know, I'm not really particularly fond of the police force in America and things like that. And this movie's like talking about this awful thing that the LA police did to this woman, and it's a real life like events in real life case. And so I mean that kind of drew me into it. So maybe I have a little bit of bias about it, but it is a good movie. The only problem with it, like I said, though, is that the acts are just completely misproportioned. Act 3 just drags on and on and on and on and on. Like, do you remember the movie Return of the King? How when every time like the movie's over, you're like, oh, okay, time to get up for my, oh, okay, time to get, oh, there's another scene. Like that's exactly what this movie felt like at the end. It was just like the third act composed half, if not more, of the movie, and it just you were eating your leg by that point, And like the movie's big catch line was just kind of really cheesy, to be honest, and not to be mean towards the writer, because I'm sure that he wrote it, because actually I think the writer's a cool guy. And this is sad. I don't know his name too well, but it's J. Michael excuse me, Straczynski, and he's the writer of Babylon 5, which is actually a really cool sci-fi movie or sci-fi television show from back in the day that got screwed up only when the producers of the network tried to go ahead and mess with the show. But as far as the writing goes, it wasn't horrible except for that one little issue that like the acts were messed up and that last line was just cheesier than hell. Also, I probably shouldn't say this, but my brother, he's actually knows the guy online, and they're kind of online buddies. So I mean, like, I don't want to offend him if like he connects the dots and knows that like I'm my brother's brother and that I'm talking bad about his writing, you know, I'd hate to offend him because I mean he is a great writer, he really is, and he does great work. But this movie just, anyways. But the movie is quite possibly the best movie out there right now, and you know, you're not going to be ripped off. Let's put it that way. You're going to get your money's worth, and it's worth seeing. And to give an arbitrary numerical review, like say out of 10, I'd guess this movie's probably about, I'd give it even 8. 8 out of 10. And 10 being a perfect movie, 5 being an average movie, 0 being the worst movie ever made. So yeah, about an 8. So I mean that's not horrible, right? Anyways, if you're trying to take a break from shopping, consider this movie. And that's about all I have to say. Now, since YouTube is all screwy and seems to like to cut off the end of these like video capture reviews that I do, I'm gonna go ahead and sit here and wind out time by staring at the monitor there. So, anyways, have a good one.